Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about some skincare products sent to me by AMI Cosmetics. So AMI Cosmetics contacted me and asked if I would be interested in receiving some products for them, and they sent probably the cutest PR box that I have seen in quite some time. So I took a really terrible video of me unboxing it and I will insert it here so you guys can see everything now. Okay, so I just got this package from AMI Cosmetics and it is so cute. I wanted to show you guys how much thought they put into it. So they have like a little card on the front and everything is like handmade and recyclable, which I absolutely love. It did come in like a bigger box and stuff like that, but that's okay. How do people do this with one hand, honestly? So they have the cutest little card in here. So adorable and actually personalized. And you can already tell that I've been into this box quite a bit. It's kind of ripped paper. So there are a whole bunch of beautiful goodies. So there's a few sheet masks, blackhead cleansers, a rose toner, an oil cleanser, which I actually really need at the moment also. There are a couple of products from a brand called Pure Heals, which I haven't tried before. So there's an ampoule and a green tea pack, which look really fun. And then this gigantic BRTC First Ampoule Essence as well. And then the packaging like in here is like shredded paper, like a whole bunch of like really soft shredded paper, which is super cool. So yeah, I just wanted to share the little unboxing experience with you guys. This is super cute. So there are a few things that I have brought with me to talk about, but there are a couple of things that I have not. I didn't bring these sheet masks with me purely because I forgot to pack them, and I didn't bring the BRTC First Essence because I have sensitive skin to Saccharomyces and Galactomyces, so I am not able to use it unfortunately. But I did want to start with the toner. This is the Herb Bulgarian Rose toner, and this one I have been using for my holiday. So I've been away for maybe like 2.5 weeks now. I'm kind of losing track of the days, which is not very good, but it's been more than 2 weeks. More than 2, but less than 3. And I have to say that I'm not hugely impressed with this toner. I feel like it's too light for my skin, and it's summertime. My skin is still fairly dry. It's kind of more on the normal side to dry. This summer it's not really been getting that oily because the weather hasn't been that warm, and I've been feeling like I really need a lot more moisturization from my first more watery steps, and this one just hasn't been giving it to me, which is unfortunate. But I do really like some aspects about it, and I would recommend it to people who want a really lightweight, more layerable toner rather than someone who wants a thicker, less layerable toner, which is me. So this one has a really nice rosy scent, and in the bottle for some reason it's really bubbly. I haven't really figured out if that has anything to do with anything, but it is pleasant to look at because it kind of looks like it's textured. It's totally not. The toner itself has a thin gel-like texture, so when you actually take it out of the thing, out of the container, it's got more of a thicker texture to it, so it's coming out like little globules like that. And so it just looks like thin gel, but less like water. When you spread it in, it's really easy to spread out and it turns more into a liquidy state, and then it absorbs really quickly. I can do about 3 or 4 layers of this toner and my skin kind of feels the same. It does smell really great and I can feel a little bit of softness, but it's not what I'm personally looking for in a toner. Looking at the product description of this one, it is vegan friendly and Dermatest Seal awarded. I don't know what that is, but it is vegan friendly apparently, which I think is really nice. So overall the toner isn't my favorite, but I could see it working really well for someone who has oilier skin that wants a really, really lightweight toner. Then we have something from the brand Pure Heals, and it's Heals spelled like H-E-A-L-S, which is like healing something rather than anything else. So I guess that makes sense. In my brain I was like, heels as in feet, but that's not how you spell heels. That would be 2 E's. So this one is the Pure Heals Centella 65 Green Tea Pack. Now I've tried this one a fair few times, and again I'm not a huge fan of this one because it doesn't do a huge amount to my skin also. I just don't really see a huge effect. I do think that the mask itself is fun to use and smells a lot like green tea, which is not my favorite. Actually I don't even think it's green tea. It kind of smells like black tea to me. So this one, it is skin irritation tested, uses EWG green grade ingredients. It's going to soothe skin for healthy radiance, cleanse makeup and skin impurities clearly for a brighter skin finish. I do not think that this is a makeup remover though. and it keeps the skin moisturized after cleansing. So when I use this one, I found it really easy to actually apply the mask, but really difficult to get it off. It really did dry down onto the skin, and I needed to use like a flannel, or I really needed to be in the shower to actually get it off my skin nicely. There was a little bit of exfoliant because it does have little particles in it, but they are tiny and very gentle, so it's not hugely exfoliating. So now that my skin is super clean and I know how to look at the camera directly, I'm going to use the mask. It does come with its own little spatula, which I sometimes use, and sometimes I just stick my fingers in there, to be honest, because I'm going to use my fingers to take the mask off anyway. And I'm going to apply a pretty generous layer. This definitely smells a lot like tea, but to me it smells a bit more like black tea than it does green tea. However, I'm not a big tea drinker, so could totally be wrong. So I'm going to leave the mask like this for 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to rinse my fingers off because I thoroughly dislike that feeling. And then I will probably take it off in the shower because it is such a pain to take off. But then I'll show you guys what my skin looks like afterwards. So the sun has gone down and there is no natural light, and I don't have any actual lights here, so you can't really see anything to do with my skin. Sorry. So what it kind of looks like though, for what it's worth. I don't really feel like this one did a huge amount for my skin. It didn't feel any smoother, it didn't feel any softer either, though I did enjoy the mild exfoliating. So for this one, I don't particularly recommend it just because it didn't really do a huge amount for my skin. But if you're into something that is green tea like, this one was fun to use. I just didn't feel like it had very many benefits for me. Then we've got the Pure Heals Centella 90 ampoule. So this one is a multifunction ampoule providing targeted solutions to your skin problems while fighting the signs of aging. It's got adenosine and niacinamide, which I really like. It's supposed to calm flare-ups and fortify the skin barrier, improving fine lines and brightening dull skin. Now I have been using this one on my face, but also on my legs because I forgot to bring any moisturizer for my body, and I have been suffering. This has been a little lifesaver. However, it is not something that is super moisturizing. This is a really lightweight ampoule. I do feel like it gives a little bit of brightness to the skin, but it's not incredibly moisturizing. So it's not that great if you have very dry skin. I almost dropped that right onto my laptop, which is on my lap. It has kind of more of a thin formula, and it has that dropper top there, which is really handy. It's actually a thinner formula than that toner is, so it's a little bit more runny. It's harder to keep on the hand, but it absorbs really quickly, and you can do multiple layers of this one as well. I just find that this one really brightened up the skin a lot, and like I said, it's not super moisturizing, but it made a really great base for my leg skin for some reason, because I've been using a secondary essence over the top of that is more based on brightening. So I feel like this one is a really lovely one. I think that I will definitely use the rest of it, and I also really like the packaging. I don't know what it is about green at the moment. Green is really, I've been really enjoying green things, or at least people are just sending me a lot of green things. And then last but not least is a cleansing oil. This is the BRTC Anti-Pollution and Blackhead Cleansing Oil. I've still got the clip on it at the moment because I have been traveling with it. So a good tip, if you see these clips on your bottles, if you want to travel with them, make sure you don't lose them, because when you click them in, you cannot press this down, so it's not going to accidentally go everywhere in your travel bag while you're traveling. So this one is an anti-pollution cleansing oil infused with mild vegetable oil, cleansing thoroughly ultrafine dust and pores. It's got a botanical oil rich in vitamin E, B and K to improve skin tone effectively, and it has a skin irritation test completed. This one I particularly like because it's not too thick of an oil and it removes my makeup really well, and that's kind of all I want in a cleansing oil. Plus I do kind of want to use this on my scalp again, but I am really waiting until this whole blister scalp situation has been cleared up. Like I can still feel a couple like little bits in there, so I'm gonna wait a couple more weeks and then I'm gonna try that in my scalp again, because I love oil cleansers on scalps. It just makes my scalp and hair feels so good, and I'm sure this is not going to be that irritating, but I've had such a bad run with my scalp lately, so I have my fingers crossed, but you never know. So I thought for this one, I'm going to obviously be taking my makeup off at the moment, so I'll show you guys how it works now. Okay, so I have no idea if I'm looking at the camera, because to me the camera is here, and I have two mirrors. So I have foundation, mascara, lipstick, and eyebrows on. It's not very much. but I'm just going to pop a little bit of the oil into my palm. And it does have quite a nice scent. It's like a minty scent as well. And I'm just going to rub in little circles. And I'm going to save my lips for last. Working really gently around the eyes. And then putting the last bit on my lips. Nice and easy. So normally this emulsifies with water, but to make things easier and so that I don't have to bend my head, I'm just going to use a damp flannel to remove the leftover oil. And then I'm just going to follow up with my cleanser and a mask today. So of course there is one product that I was not able to test out, but I have heard good things about, and that is the Kbeauty, the first ampoule essence. So instead of using it and then having my skin break out or anything like that, I wanted to give it away to you guys. So if you have made it all the way through the video and you live in New Zealand, only New Zealand, because the postage outside of New Zealand is atrocious, I'm so sorry. If you live in New Zealand, put your name and your city, your name and your city down below, and I'll pick someone from the list from next week's review and contact you guys and send you out a free product. So if you'd like to try it out, please let me know, name, city, so I know where you are in New Zealand. But otherwise, thank you so much to AMI Cosmetics for sending these products for review. I've had a fantastic time at trying out some new skincare products, and even though I didn't love everything, I do love at least 2 of them. We can't always love everything, so I hope you guys found some useful information in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!